Hello, my fellow lovely people. Sorry. Hello, everybody. How are you this evening? Welcome to my channel. My name is Tammy, and you are tuned into True Crime Discussions with Tammy. Now, I'm checking in with all my subs to make sure everybody is okay, make sure everybody is well, and all the rest of it. I have been having such a horrible time trying to sleep lately. And another thing, before I even get started, I have been feeling like absolute crap today, and when I say absolute crap, I don't mean like sick. I just mean like emotionally fucked. Now, I would like to start more than anything off with this live just by sending out a very huge happy birthday to my darling friend Rosaline. I was meant to do a live last night for her, or the other night for her birthday, but due to circumstances, I couldn't. So I would like to send out a massive sorry to her for that. Now, for those who know Rosalind, you all know that she has such a beautiful, caring heart and soul. She is one of the most down to earth people. If you ever get the chance to know her, you will be truly lucky because she's not one of those people who is in your face with what she believes. She just helps you, and she is amazing. So, a very huge thank you and a very huge happy birthday to her for the other day. And I am very sorry I didn't do a live like I said I would for it. I am so sorry. Please, if there's anyone in here, please make sure that you all send happy birthday messages to her if you know her. So, yeah. But today I want to talk about something that I was talking about. Oh, shit. Today I want to talk about, sorry guys, give me a sec. Sorry. Yeah, so today I want to be able to talk about something that I will be talking about more further down the track, but I want to be able to bring it up now while it's kind of somewhat fresh in my mind. The Beaumont children. I want to talk a little bit about that tonight. So if you want to listen in and tune in and put your own input in, you're welcome to. But you got to remember, guys, that when I'm talking about this, this is my. Hang on a second. Okay, so like I said, these are going to be my opinions to start off with. So please keep that in mind when you are listening to this live. Uh, Sorry, guys. But like I said, I'm just at the point now where, like I said, I'm going to be doing lives, expressing my opinion on certain things, and I may have to end this live and come back in a little bit. I don't know, but like I said, it's just absolute fucking bullshit that in this day and age you can't have your own opinion on things unless you get people all pissed off and aggro and all the rest of it. But I see it as that with having a channel, I can. All right, we all know that the Beaumont children were the children that were taken from down at Glenelg in the 60s. Nothing of their property was ever found apart from a purse that was found in the basement of one of the suspects, but yet he was never proven to be theirs because when they wanted to go back and look, that went missing. Oh fuck! All right, guys, listen. if there is, shit. My brother's bank account's been hacked, and he reckons that $450 was left over from his pay has gone missing. So, yeah. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm going to try and help him out with that when I finish this live. But like I said, the Beaumont children were children that went missing from down at Glenelg Beach in the 1960s, and no trace of them was ever found apart from that one purse many, many years later. And when people got questioned about it, they got really, yeah. Hang on, sorry guys, give me a sec. Sorry. Okay, I'm going to try and stay 110% focused. So if you want to listen to about what I believe happened with the Beaumont children, like I said, you've got you hang on. Okay, sorry. It's funny. No drama. I go live, there's drama. But anyway, like I said, these are my opinions and my opinions only. Now, I did a Beaumont Children special quite a while ago with YouTuber Bartwon, and I said I'll do part two, but I wasn't specific on when. Now, this isn't necessarily part two. This is just my theories on what happened. All right. Okay. So, hello to the 4 people who are not participating in the actual chat itself. Hello, 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 hello. But still, hello. Okay. Now, well, like I said, Grant Beaumont, the father, there has been speculation about him, and he recently passed away. So I have to be very careful with what I do say and what I don't say. Um, Grant, Anna, and Jane. Yeah, Grant, Anna, and Jane were born to Nancy and Grant Beaumont of down at Glenelg here in South Australia. Uh, Hello, Grandma. Sorry, I've got to read this properly. Sherry, hello, my darling. Long time no see. If you're the Sherry that I think you are. Yeah. So what happened is they went missing. They went down to the Glenelg Beach and they were never seen again. Now, the thing with this though is the fact that Grant went to the infamous, which was long before anything happened there. Hey, Matt. How you doing, sweetheart? It came down to the fact that he went to the infamous Snowtown for a meeting or a sales appointment. Now, here's the thing I don't get. Back in the 1960s, as far as I'm aware. Hey, Bubsy, how you doing? I tried ringing you. It's okay. Oh, awesome, darling. That's cool. Focus on food. It's always a good thing. Um, but like I was saying, what happened is that the father went away for a business trip. And what happened is that apparently halfway there, he got told that the meeting was cancelled. Now, the thing I find very strange about that, and I know this is going to, again, these are my opinions, okay? In the 1960s, they did not have car phones. They did not have mobile phones, or in America, cell phones. All right? They didn't have any of those things here in Australia, as far as I'm aware, unless, you're time traveling. But anyway, what happened is that halfway to his appointment, he got told it got cancelled. So he turned around and went back home. All right. Unless that was a carrier pigeon that delivered the message to him, how would he have known that the meeting was cancelled? That's what I don't get. In also the way that he acted in a lot of ways when you watch when he does interviews with Nancy, which was the mother of the children, He was very, how can I put it? This is just my opinion. He was very cold with her. Like, he didn't look like he wanted to comfort her or console her or anything like that. He may have done that in interviews that I've not seen. Okay. But yes, this is the Beaumont children, Bubsy. He didn't look like he was overly concerned about how she was coping. Now, obviously, we don't know for sure how things went down because of the years that have passed, but when I've seen reenactments of the Beaumont children case, you see it, and what happens is Grant gets home, and you see Nancy rushing out. She goes, Grant, Grant, the children aren't home, haven't come home, and he hops back in his car and he drives off to go look for them. Now, you've got to remember as well, guys, is that Grant left before the kids were dressed and ready to go. I think he left the day before they went missing. I'm not sure. But either way, excuse me, he had no idea what the children were wearing. He had no idea what kind of belongings they had on them or anything like that. All right. But he left Nancy home for a couple of hours while he went and searched for them. Yes, he would have known that it was his children by the look of their faces. Okay, I get that. But the thing is, though, with these reenactments that they show, you never hear Grant saying, well, what are the kids wearing? You know, nothing like that. And that's the thing that confuses me. You think that's something that you would ask, because if the children went missing and he couldn't find them and he found some belongings, you don't want to be like, finding belongings and thinking, oh, well, these belong to my children, and then picking them up and basically stealing them from other beachgoers. So that's why I found that part very interesting. Another part is where Grant openly admits that there's a part of the beach where he used to sit in his car and watch his children, where he could see them, but they couldn't see him. Now, I find that very, very, very strange. Like, why would you? Obviously, you'd want your children to think that, you're leaving them unsupervised, which back in the 1960s here in Australia was a safe thing to do. Yes. Apparently this case is still open. It's an ongoing investigation, so that's why I couldn't get police reports and stuff and all that sort of thing like that. Yeah, so very, 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 very strange. And it makes me sick to think that after all these years, there's never been any evidence to indicate if they're alive or passed on. Now, I used to think for many, many years that Grant, the baby of Jane and Anna were the girls, and obviously Grant was the boy. And I always had this instinct that Grant was still alive, but he was just sold off, so to speak. But as if you all are aware, when I had Scott Russell Hill on here, he said that was not the case. We're just waiting for one bit from memory. Scott said that we're waiting for one key bit of information to to be revealed, and then it will all neatly fall into place. And he said it was the same situation like that, but as the JonBenét case. But like I said, it is very, very strange how yes, it's very strange. Like, personally, like, I don't understand how, like, for me, like I said, I would love, and I mean, I would absolutely love to get hold of the Beaumont Children Police records. I would absolutely love that. But even though they're books and they're probably books full of shit, who knows? But it was like, it's speculated that Nancy and Grant, which is the father, Jim, I've heard I've heard how they met. First of all, they met in a pub where Nancy was having lunch with her mother and her auntie in an Adelaide pub. All right. Then my brother tells me, who is reading the book of the Beaumont children, he's telling me that they met at a dance. Now, which is it? Like for me, it's very confusing because it's like they met here or they met there. Who cares how they met? It's like this is about their babies that have gone missing. You know what I mean? So I'm just, like I said, tonight it's just all about my speculation. I will be dropping the link for StreamYard in a little while. I might actually do that. I don't know. But I would love for people to pop up and hang on. You know what? I'll do it because there's not being rude when I say it like this. There's only 2 people in here, which is a blow to my ego, but shit happens. I would like for people to know that they have a right to come up here. And as I've always stated, this is an open discussion channel where people can have their opinions. If they wish to voice it, feel free to. If you wish to come up and there's the link, guys. If you wish to come up and talk about something completely different, that's completely fine too. But like I said, I just want people to know that anytime I go live, I've got to stop doing this, which is basically stopping people having an opinion. And oh, okay. Thank you. That's right, Bubsy. That's all that matters, honey. As I was saying, I want people to feel free that they can click that link and they're welcome to come up here and talk about whatever they want to talk about. They want to talk about their day. They want to talk about things that are on their mind that is pissing them off. Feel free to do that too. I just see it as that, I want to try and talk a little bit true crime now and again. But like I said, it's like they're right. Okay, back to the Beaumont children for a bit. It's like they're writing all these books about them, and it's like that's fine. But for me, it comes down to the fact that this was done back in, I want to say it was done in the 1960s because I'm sorry, I'm a real bad person. I don't exactly at the top of my head. I think it was 1966, but I don't recall. So that's why I'm just saying it happened in the 1960s. It's like at the exact. It was Australia Day in the 1960s, but I don't remember exactly what 1960 something there. You know what I mean? So I want to just say the 1960s. So if anyone in chat knows the actual year, please type it in there. I'd much appreciate it. But then after a couple of years after that happened, hang on. Oh, yes. Yes, I think that was Harry Phibbs that they say did that. Yes. Yes. I've been trying to find as much information as I can, but at the same time, when it comes to, okay, this is going to be really bad to say, but I can say it now because both parents of the Beaumont children have passed away. I do believe that Grant had a lot to do with what happened to his children. I'm sorry, but I do, because of the little things that he comes out with that, he was halfway to Snowtown, then got told that the meeting was cancelled. How would you have even been told that until you actually got all the way to Snowtown, or you were told about the cancelled meeting prior to leaving the house that day? Parking in a place where your children couldn't see you, but you could see them. Not asking Nancy what the children were wearing that day. All these sort of stuff. The fact that you left the house without Nancy to go look for them, having no idea what they were wearing, having no idea what was on them at the time when they left the house that morning. So little things like that make me curious. Now, Nancy and Grant lived a reasonably good life. They weren't like rich, but they had a good life. And my father, rest in peace, Dad. He used to be a taxi driver back in the day when this sort of situation, well, not around this time, but it's been 57 years this year. Okay, thank you. I can't count. But like I said, it happened that when this happened, Nancy was told, or people that when Nancy would get into their taxis and stuff like that to go home or to go to the local to not put on the meter. She was never charged a taxi fare. And I thought that back, you wouldn't even think of people doing that now. I'm serious, you wouldn't. You know, if you lost a person that or children or something like that, it's basically, oh well. You know what I mean? And it's really, really fucking sad how it goes from that to what it is now, you know? Oh, okay. Hang on, hang on. I know what I'll do. Wait a sec, guys. It was 1966, guys. So you're very, very, very close there, Bubsy. Very close. But like, I just had to quickly look that up. So it's going to haunt me. So it happened on Australia Day, 1966. But like I said, it comes down to that a lot of things for me personally, again, my opinion, a lot of things that happened point me in the direction of they should have looked closer to the dad. But at the same time, like I couldn't say any of that before because without being dramatic about it, Grant was still alive, which was the father. So there's no confusion, I'm going to start reminding myself to call him Jim. Okay? If I forget, I do apologize. But no, but like I said, you know, it's just bullshit how no matter what, sorry, it doesn't seem to matter what happens. It's just, it's okay. It's, yes, you're a little bit, little tiny, tiny, tiny little bit. But like I said, you know, I've opened up the panel. So if you want to come up or you want to blast me for having my opinions that I have, just remember this is an open panel channel where every single person, unless I don't like you and then you're not welcome, but every single person who wants to form an opinion on something, please feel free. Like I won't be live very long tonight because, you know, I've got to make some dinner, which I've got to heat up some dinner. My brother was absolutely awesome after my cooking class and stuff, you know. I went to his place and he made his famous fried rice for me yesterday. So, and he's being a delight. He won't tell me the recipe. But like I said, I just think, back to the Beaumont children, I think it just fits in a little bit too snug that, you know, Grant goes away for a business trip and his kids go missing, but yet they've done that trip down to the beach countless times. You know what I mean? Like, I think that it's, what do you call it? It's pretty sad to know that, or not to know for a fact, but to feel that feeling that the father could have been responsible. The dad might have met another woman while he was out on the road and he wanted away from the relationship. There was someone who actually did a tarot reading ages and ages ago. I'd love to be able to find her. They were saying that Jim Beaumont had a lot to do with his children going missing. Because at the end of the day, you know, in the 1960s, well, in specifics, 1966, you know, you could get away with certain things like that anywhere, I think, or mainly in Australia, because I've never lived in another country, and I wasn't born before in the 60s. I was born in the 1982s. So what I'm saying is the fact that that's what they say, that's when that happened, Australia lost its innocence. And it's very, very sad to think that the abduction and potential murder of 3 children or so from the same family, so that's probably why they say that, But at the same time, it's just so fucking sad. You know, 3 children lose their lives from the same family is tragic enough, but to know that because of that, and then a few years later, the Adelaide Oval situation. Now, I would love to be able to find more information out about that. But anytime I do the Adelaide Oval abductions into YouTube, because I find it easier to listen to things at times than to read, I get more information and it sinks in a little bit more. There's not that much information about it. Now, I might be just not looking in the right places or what have you, but in saying that, it's just really, really sad. Hang on. Oh, okay. It's okay. It's so yeah, but hang on, sorry. It's okay. Don't be sorry, Bubsy. It's all good, sweetheart. But like I said, it comes down to that anybody and anybody. I want people to know that, you know, can have an opinion on my channel. I never want people to feel as though that they can't. Sorry, guys. Because it's like that's what I mean. Like there are yeah. Blah, blah. Sorry, guys. Um I never want people to feel like they're not appreciated on my channel because they are. I don't ever want people to feel as though they can't have their own opinions on things. I want people to always feel safe on my channel. Anyway, moving on right along. Um, yeah, so I believe that Jim, the dad, had something to do with their children going missing. I think that personally, the fact that he showed no real emotional support towards Nancy, I think that was quite sad. And people are like, oh, but they went out for dinner, a night or two before they went missing and stuff. And people have said they looked happy and all that sort of. Oh, okay. I haven't actually heard about that one, Bubsy. But yeah, feel free to let me know more about it after I finish the live, honey. But if you want to come up and talk about that now, you're more than welcome to. But like I said, I do believe for the longest time, I actually thought, like I said, little baby Grant was still alive. I even believed at one stage that Jane and Anna were, but because by the time the Jim and Nancy reported them as missing, they could have been over the border in a different state, or they could have been taken somewhere else in another part of Australia. And that's the thing that upsets me a lot is because there were so many missed op- miss yeah, can't speak today, put my teeth in. Missed opportunities when it came to that, and oh, okay. Oh, thank you, Bubsy. But like I said, I'm trying my hardest to bring you guys a little bit of true crime, a little bit of drama with like people. Not saying people have drama in their lives, but if they do, they can talk about it. But the only condition that they can do that with is if they, allow people to try and help them if they need help. And I ask people to say, respectful things that could potentially help some people and not, yeah. Like you look at some cases, okay, now here we go, back to the cases. You look at some people and you look at some parents, how they act to, like, if they're still, if the mummy and daddy, or the mum and dad, the mother and father, whatever you call them in your part of the world, are still together, right? And one of their children go missing. You see the body language, how it's different with some people and how it is with other people. Like when um, John Bonet was found murdered in the basement of her Colorado home. John was as cold as fucking ice to to Patsy. He did not want to comfort her at all. But many years later, walking along, he had his arm around her. But prior to that, he didn't. From what I've seen, now you got to keep in mind, guys, I'm from Australia, so we don't necessarily get all the footage that we would, that you would want to see. So what I'm saying is that you don't see Jim overly comforting Patsy when they're talking. Like, obviously, some people don't believe or want to do PDA, which, if you don't know, means public displays of affection. Now, I personally, I hate public displays of affection, but you know, whatever. My point being is the fact that your children or child is missing, and yet you can't show any kind of connection to your wife, or say with the wife, you can't show any affection towards your husband. Your child or children are missing, and you're standing next or sitting next to each other as though you're the people from across the over the side of the world talking about the case. Now, it makes me very sus when I see that, but again, that's my opinion. You are all welcome to come up and blast me if you think that I'm being horrible, but I just think it's quite sad how children or people have been found dead, and there's no, like, how can I put it? There's no connection with the family. Now, there was a time when, not so long ago, that I didn't get along with my own mother. And I love her to bits, and she loves me to bits now. And we're all good now. But the thing is, though, that I can almost guarantee that, if someone in our family was missing and we weren't at that point in our lives where we were getting along, I can almost guarantee you that she would let me put my arm around her and comfort her and all that sort of shit. She might not like it, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure that she would be sitting there going, it confuses me when I see those interviews. Now, like I said, I might be an asshole in saying that, and if I am, hi. But like I said, at the moment, because no one's coming up on panel, these are my opinions and my opinions only. Yeah, there's no connection. That's right. Thank you. I was trying to think of the word. There's no closeness. You think, your three children are missing, and your wife's distraught, but she doesn't look even Nancy didn't even look that distraught, but she wasn't looking at the camera. She was looking down and talking with, and then Grant comes on and talks about, Jim comes on and starts talking, same person sort of thing, but comes on there and starts talking about, oh yeah, Jane was a very smart girl. Yeah, she knew not to talk to strangers and all this sort of stuff. And it's like, okay, she knew not to talk to strangers, but here's the thing. If she was down there talking to somebody that neither you or Nancy knew about, Jim, then is this somebody that you brought into the family home and she knew him from when he would visit you at the family home? Because if she was a very smart girl like you claim and didn't talk to strangers, why would she suddenly start talking to this particular person? Unless she had met him, or even her, through you or Nancy. So you've got to ask yourself, guys, like everyone's, straight away thinks, oh, but it might have been a work colleague, that might have been and I'm sorry to bring that up, guys. So trigger alert. How do we know that he didn't have an outstanding debt with Jim, and he took a shine to Jane when they He would come over there for dinners at times. How do we know that? We don't. You know, we don't actually know the situation of any of this. It's like this case happened just a couple of hours ago and we're still going through anything we can. But at the same time, you've got to remember with the Beaumont children, there's no crime scene, there's no evidence of foul play, there's no nothing. There's nothing left behind by them. Every single piece of belongings that they had on them that day was nothing of that was recovered. And apparently there was over 14 items. All right, guys, 14 items as well as them. And then you got to count the things that they were wearing. You know, it's just, it doesn't, for me personally, it doesn't sit right that if somebody is going to vanish, 9 out of 10 times there's always at least a tiny little bit of something left behind. And in this case, absolutely fuck all was left behind. Nothing. Not even so much as a hair tie that ties your hair back, guys. Not even so much as that. Not even so much as a shoe. You know what I mean? Like, when I say nothing was left behind of the Beaumont children even being at Glenelg, apart from a few sightings here and there, we don't even know if it wasn't for those sightings, how do we know they even made it down to Glenelg? How do we even know that? You know, like Jane was seen. I think, yeah, Jane. I think Jane was, yeah, Jane was. Oh my God, I don't even remember which one's the old. Jane's. Let's just say Jane's the older one. She was seen paying with a £1 note. And she goes, "Can I get this, 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 this? Oh, and a pie for the man." Now, that's very strange. Why would she call him the man? Now, could that be because, that's what their father referred to him as when he came over? Oh, this is the man. He's the man, like he sells a lot of products because you got to remember Jim was a traveling salesperson. And when he brought him home for dinner a couple of times, he goes, "Oh, this is blah blah. He's the man, because he keeps selling a lot. Where, I need to get some tips from him and all that sort of shit." Because you think about it, right? You know, for me personally, like I see it as there are people in my life that I treasure so 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 much, and there's some people that are just, you know what I mean? And holy shit! All right, guys, I'll be back in just a sec. All right. Sorry about that, guys. Yes, intermission. do, 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 do. Oh, I love you to bits, Bubsy. You're an absolute sweetheart. But like I said, there's just so many things about this case that, for me, rub me the wrong way. Oh, okay. No, no, it wasn't a loo break, but I do need a loo break actually. But I'll have one in a minute. There are so many things about this, like I said, so many things about this case that for me don't make any fucking sense. All right, guys. Bubsy just gave me an idea, but I will be back. I need to go pee. Sorry for sharing that too much, but yeah. Okay, well, while I'm gone, for the 5 people of you that are in here, have you ever used the phrase, "You're the man"? All right, let me know when I get back. I'll be back. I'm back. Excuse me. But yeah, like I said, this case just, it's weird, man. Like I said, 3 children go missing. But like I said, 3 children go missing and all their belongings. And when I say all of them, I mean every single thing, right down to the book Jane was reading. And Jane was reading a book called Little Women. Nothing of that book was ever found. A torn page, a torn cover, a bookmark, nothing was ever found of the 3 Beaumont children after that day of January 26, 1966. Nothing of theirs was ever found until many, 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 many years like after the event. A man went to the house of one of the suspects' kids, or so I think it was, and they went down into the basement and they found on the shelf a purse that was a dead ringer of the one that Jane was last seen with. When they wanted to see it again, they were told they're not welcome back. And the lady who had it there claims that she picked it up from a thrift store and it was just put down there because it looked, you know, retro or whatever. Very strange. But also what's strange is that Nancy is convinced that she never gave Jane a £1 note, because a £1 note back in the 60s apparently was worth a lot of money. So, yeah, it's like little things like that that I find very, very strange. Now, if I was to go missing, I'm pretty sure there would be something behind that I would leave. Unless it was unless I didn't want to be found. Now they're children, so who knows? But like I said, I do believe that Grant may have had something to do with it because of reenactments that I've seen over the years and all that sort of stuff. I just find it very, very, very odd. Now, we don't get mail on public holidays, but yet the postie, that's how he's, introduced to people, when it comes to this case. Oh, their local their postman saw them. And then it's like many years later, he goes, oh, well, then again, I could have seen them in the morning on my route. Now, I don't recall ever a time when we got mail here in Australia on public holidays. That just might be me. I don't know. But yeah, very weird. But again, it might just be me being a tool. Again, my opinion's my channel. So everybody's welcome to come back up. Does anybody else want to come up on panel and share their input on the Beaumont children? Like I said, feel free to. There's no right or wrong answers when it comes to a true crime, because you got to remember we all start off with a theory. All right, there's no such thing as like, no, you're wrong. You can't have that opinion. Well, not on my channel anyway. So, we could have some fun with it. Well, not necessarily, you can't have fun when it comes to a true crime. But like I said, if you want to come up here and just talk about other things, you want to talk about your weekend that just had passed, or you want to talk about what else you've been up to. Excuse me. You're more than welcome to, but like I said, I won't be. I'll be live for about an hour, so I could, yeah. But for those who are new to my channel, welcome. If you're not, then welcome back. My I'm going to get into trouble for this, but who gives a shit? I'm sick and tired of living by the rules. My PayPal is in my description if you wish to donate to me, and my Amazon wish list, which I have added a few cookbooks to it and stuff like that. So if you want to purchase something for that off there for me, please feel free to do so. And if you wish to remain anonymous, you may find a way to let me know. But at the same time, unless you, say, for example, you don't want to create an Amazon account, which is completely fine. What you can do is you can, if you're comfortable with it, and only if you're comfortable with it, and only if you want to, and only if you can afford to. If you see something on my Amazon wish list that you wish to purchase me, okay, but you don't want to have to create an Amazon account, please feel free to PayPal me the money. But where you PayPal it, I've never sent someone a PayPal, so I don't know how this works exactly. So forgive me if I'm a bit weirded with this. You donate something, but then you can add a note to it. Now, what can happen is, okay, no worry, Bubsy, you take care of yourself, honey, and know that I'm here if you need me. What you can do is you can send me the money through PayPal. All right. But in the notes section, when you send it, please add a note to it to say, this is for blah, 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 blah. Because if you just send me PayPal, I'm going to think that I can do whatever I want with that. You know what I mean? But if you send me something through PayPal and it's for something specific on Amazon that's on my wish list, then you need to let me know. All donations and everything like that. Oh, thank you, Bubsy. You're an absolute sweetheart. Please know that all donations are very much appreciated. All donations remain completely confidential. If you know what I mean, because I see it as that I don't. Oh yes, I hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Bubsy. I see it as that any money I make going forward is going towards. I'm not going to say what because I don't know yet, but just know that any money I make on here, it's absolutely. I feel so special when you guys do that. It means so much to me. It means that you think that I'm doing a good job. It means that you like what I'm doing, and it means that you just want me to be able to continue doing what I'm doing. And at times it can be very hard to know if you guys are. You know what I mean? But it's up to you. But like I said, when it comes to the Amazon thing, every part of the process of that, if you're doing it from your end, it remains confidential. Okay, so all I say is the fact that if you're able to do that, great. If you're able to put money in my PayPal just to help me get by a little bit more, with a little bit of ease, then that's even better. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's all I'll say about that. Apart from that, every time, like, okay, now I have had donations over time through my PayPal. I have. And I don't individually thank individual people, you know what I mean? And I know that probably makes people angry that I don't individually thank people. But in saying that, the reason that, and I've said this so many times on my channel, and it probably pisses a lot of people off, and if it does, I'm sorry. But it comes down to the fact that there's many reasons why, if people donate to my PayPal, it remains confidential, is because there are a lot of people out there in the YouTube world, unfortunately, that are money hungry scabs. Best way to put it. And they go into people's chats, such as mine, and such as anyone else's who has a channel, and they pay attention to who does the super chats and the super stickers and all that sort of stuff. Now, there are some creators, not so much, I've noticed since I don't do it, a lot of other creators don't either. If people get a PayPal, like if I was to get a PayPal now, which would be quite funny because I'm talking about it, I will not personally announce who that person was. So if Matt or Bubsy or whoever the other two people are were to donate here and say, donate $100, and mind you, that would be a fucking amazing thing. I could order, like, I could do my online shopping tonight instead of having to do it tomorrow. But what would happen is the fact that I personally, all right, will look at that and I'll just go to the person who just donated, thank you so much. You know what I mean? I'm not going to be the kind of person who is going to out someone so then that person can then be targeted when they go into other chats. The beauty of also having an Amazon wish list is that people can send you can send gifts. Like, I was only meant to be like a birthday thing, but then I thought, you know what, fuck it. There's cookbooks up there. There's a bit of junk food up there that is too expensive for me to buy in the shops. That's why it's up there. And those Snap Crackle things, I loved them when I was a kid. You know what I mean? And I haven't seen them in the shops anywhere. Hence why they're on there. There's cookbooks that are going to help me after learn how to cook meals on a budget, so I'm not spending so much money on pointless crap. So please, just if you can, have a look at the Amazon wish list. If there's anything that catches your eye that you think I might like, by all means, please purchase it. If you don't want to, then that's fine. If you don't want to create an Amazon wish list, you don't want to create an Amazon account in order to be able to do that, and you want to buy me something on there, please feel free to send the money through PayPal and then put in the description of the PayPal what it's for. And if it's for just spending on whatever, just say treat in the chat. I don't know. But anyway, moving right along and back to what we were talking about. It comes down to the fact that I have, like I said, I've had my suspicions since I started researching this case. And this isn't because my mum and my dad were bad parents at all. So I'm not saying that. But my brother and I and my sister, we used to go up to this local park when we were kids. And it was a very open park. The toilets were away from the playground, if that makes sense. Like, they were through a car park to get to them, and there was bush all around and a gate that led outside, sort of thing. So it would have been very, very easy for my sister and I and my brother and I to at any point to be abducted. It would have been very fucking easy to do, because where it is, there's like a road that goes alongside of it and then around a corner, then out to a main, not a busy main like highway kind of road, but a busy kind of road. We could have, and it was near the River Torrens, where it's very easy to dispose of, 3 smelly children. So, the fact that never happened to us, we're very, 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 very lucky. And it's just like, it's really, really sad, because when you look at the big picture, to gain access to this particular oval that had a playground and obviously an oval where grown-ups played, you know, cricket, football, all that sort of shit. There was 1, 2, 3. There were like 3 ways to exit that particular playground and all that sort of shit. You know what I mean? And it was pretty fucking scary. Like when I think about it now, I'm thinking how easy it would have been for my brother and I to be abducted and fucking never seen again. And when I say that to people, are like, "Oh, how do I know I wasn't really abducted? Oh, you look too much like your mum, so no." But okay, thanks. But it comes down to the fact that there are so many things that actually have happened since, like the Beaumont children, that people don't bother looking at. Like what is it that we these days? You think about it, like you can get abducted and in broad daylight, for crying out loud, which obviously happened to the Beaumont children and what happened to the girls who went missing from Adelaide Oval. And it's pretty freaking scary. Now, if I was to say name drop the area I grew up in, then that's pretty bad. But in saying that, you would get a fair idea of how there's an exit going that way, there's an exit going this way, there's an exit going, you know what I mean? There were so many ways that children could have been abducted from that oval themselves because of where, like I said, from where the toilet block was in adjacent to where the playground was and stuff like that. It would have been very easy to be abducted from there, but thankfully we weren't. Oh, thank you. I'm not sure if you're still here, Bubsy, but please keep in touch, honey. But like I said, it is pretty fucking scary. And then there was these other parks I used to take my brother to, and one was like, this is when we were like really small kids, guys. There was like the tractor park. The reason it was called the tractor park is because it had a climb on tractor thingy. There was this park we used to go to, and it was called the Spider Park, that had this massive metal thing that was shaped like a spider where you could climb all over it and all that sort of shit. And that was far away from home. And like the one that I was talking about in the first place, the one that had the oval in it, that was very close to home. You know what I mean? So pretty scary all the same. You look around, just the next time, this goes out to everybody who's in here, whether you're listening or you're participating or you're just listening or you're just here to prowl or whatever reason. I look at the big picture of it all, okay? Now, you might want to do the same thing. The next time you're out and about, walking around your area or anything like that, just take a look around and think. Go to your local oval, providing you can access it. It's not one of those private ones, Go to your local park, or if you can remember which one it was, go to your local park you used to go to as a kid. Okay, stand in the middle of it, providing that it's not busy, but stand in the middle of it and take a look around you and ask yourself how easy it would have been for you yourself to be abducted at that age. Sorry if that triggers anybody. I'm so sorry. But you know what I mean? Have a look around and ask yourself, like, could it have been me? What would I have liked to have left behind if something like that happened to me? Jane, Anna, and Grant left nothing behind. So you've got to ask yourself, did they go with their abductor willingly? Was it somebody who came to the house that knew their mum or their dad or both of them? Because like I asked when I went to the loo, who out there has used the saying, "You're the man"? You know what I mean? I've only used that, "You're the man." It's just, I just find it a little bit odd how five. Well, yeah, technically, when you had the girls from the Adelaide Oval, how 5 children over a space of a couple of years could just go missing without so much as fucking a stray hair. was left behind. I think in the Adelaide Oval situation, I think a shoe was left behind. I'm not sure. I may need to research that a little bit more. But again, with that case, there's not that much out there about it. So, just like I said, if you guys have the chance to, go to your local where you used to go to as a kid and look around and look at how many exit roads are nearby, and thank your parents, thank your people who used to keep an eye out for you or whatever. Just thank your lucky stars that you were never a victim. Okay? But anyway, that's enough for me tonight, guys. I said I was only going to go for an hour, and I meant it. We've gone over an hour, but still. I want you all to know, like I said, PayPal is in the chat and in my description. So please feel free to help me along the way, even if it's just a small donation. Every small, big, whatever donation, it does help me. It helps me be able to, how can I put it? Get to and from a few appointments that I've got coming up and all the rest of that sort of shit. So if you can help me get to and from them, I don't really feel like walking because of the weather. And even though walking is good for everybody, we all should walk at least 2Ks or 3Ks a day, I'm not that kind of person. But if you can help me, that would be great. And in the meantime, guys, like I said, just pay attention to your surroundings. Pay attention to loved ones who call out for help, even though they don't say, I need help. Check in with people. Like I check in with a very dear friend of mine. I don't check in with her as much as I should because of what she's going through on her personal journey at the moment. But she hopefully knows that I'm in there for her if she ever needs me. I just don't want to be too in her face, and then she realizes what a pain in the ass I am, and then doesn't want anything to do with me when the journey for her self-discovery that she's doing is over and done with. I don't want to become one of those friends who goes, are you okay? Every single fucking day. But she knows, and I hope she knows, that I'm here for her no matter what. And as I said at the beginning of the show, a huge, huge, huge happy birthday to Rosalie, who is an absolute legend, and I love her to bits. She's my auntie Rosalie. I hope she had a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful birthday. And if there's anyone else's birthday that I have missed on any of my lives, a huge, huge, huge happy birthday to you too. But like I said, guys, I am going to go. Just know that you are all unique. You are all special. You are all awesome. And just know that when I go live next, you are all welcome to come up and join me. Please don't be shy. I don't bite. Well, no, I don't. All right, guys, you all take care of yourselves. Be good to yourselves. That's what you need to do. You need to be good to yourselves. Don't be so quick to judge yourself if you do something that wasn't a good idea. Just know that if you do something and you start thinking, why did I do that? Just remember, every single day it's all about learning. Exactly. Thank you, everyone. And thank you, Matt, for being here. You're an absolute sweetheart. I love you to bits. And I love you, Bubsy, and I love whoever's in the background not wanting to participate in chat. I don't know you, but thank you for being here. I much appreciate it. You're awesome. But like I said, Amazon wishlist in description, PayPal's in description. PayPal's also linked in chat, which I wasn't aware that Bubsy was going to do, but it's all good. But like I said, guys, please think wisely before like I said, I might have said some things tonight that have upset some of you. And if I have, I apologize. But again, it's my opinion. And my opinion is that the parents had something to do with the Beaumont children going missing. And I'll rehash all this at a later date as well. But until next time, guys, just be good to yourselves and don't be hard on yourself if you do something you don't like. Try to remember that you don't like it, so you don't do it again. Easy. All right, guys. Love you all. take care. If you're in Australia, stay warm. I'm trying to, but it's very difficult. And if you're in other parts of the world, stay cool, stay hydrated, and stay safe. And just stay alert, stay safe. And until next time, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Bye.